I'm a baseball fan. And recently they had the World Baseball Classic, which they do every few years. Now, if you're not a baseball fan, or maybe you're a casual fan, and you happen to look at the standings for the World Baseball Classic, there's something that might have surprised and confused you, which is that there was a team from the United States, and there was a totally separate team from Puerto Rico. Doesn't make sense, right? Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Puerto Ricans are United States citizens. We know this because Donald Trump threw paper towels at them. So why would there be a separate team for Puerto Rico? Well, I'm sorry to say that the answer is what a lot of you are probably thinking. The guys on Team USA got together and decided they didn't want to play with those guys because they don't like Puerto Ricans. No, not really. I made that part up, but be honest. A few of you just got really excited for a few seconds, didn't you? I'm going on Twitter tonight! But it's true that there was a separate team for Puerto Rico, and the reason behind that is that Puerto Rico is very proud, justifiably so, of the fact that this tiny little speck of real estate in the Caribbean has produced so many great ball players. Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, Carlos Beltran, Yadier Molina, the list goes on and on. So in this case, it was their decision. Nothing to see here. Nobody needs to get canceled. Sorry if I got anybody's hopes up. Having said that, I am not one of these guys that dismisses the concept of cancel culture out of hand. I definitely think that there are people that need to be canceled, and I'll go a step further than that. I think that there are people that everyone can agree should be canceled. I mean, maybe their lives don't have to be destroyed, but they need to be checked. You know, they need to go on an apology tour. They need to start over in some sort of meaningful way. Let me give you a hypothetical example. Let's say there was somebody that when he was younger committed like actual hate crimes, violent physical attacks on people that he selected because of their ethnic background. And then he basically got away with it and went on to have a very successful, happy life, partly because people don't know about the crimes he committed. Wouldn't we all agree that somebody like that needs to be canceled? Good. We're all on the same page. Mark Wahlberg needs to be canceled. Here's the thing. Oh, and don't take my word for it. Look it up. I'm getting on Wikipedia tonight. Here's the thing about cancel culture that I don't think people talk about. We got to standardize it. We've got to standardize it. We've got to figure out what the threshold is, and if the behavior is below the threshold, we don't cancel the person, and if it's above the threshold, we do cancel them. And not only that, we got to be consistent. If this person is being canceled for a particular behavior, then this other person who did the exact same thing has also got to be canceled. We can't indulge in favoritism because people will just assume that it's not really about justice. It's about us going after people that we have a grudge against. So, we've got to standardize the cancel culture, and I realize that seems like a big job. You know, it's going to take time. The road ahead is long, but that doesn't mean that we can't start with the most egregious examples. So, here's what I propose. Over the course of the next week, every single one of us has to do every single thing we can to cancel Mark Wahlberg. And I'm getting on Twitter tonight after all. And then we're going to get back together 1 week from tonight. We're going to compare notes. We're going to make sure he got canceled. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do next. Deal? Deal.